Hello and welcome to AEF-TV in association with Engerati. I'm joined now by Tina from CHINT, which is a Chinese company. And Tina, firstly, welcome to the studio. Thanks for making the time. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what's your history in Africa, and what are the type of solutions that you provide?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Also, we are a Chinese company, and we are a group company. Was founded in 1984. So we start for our whole group. We start our business from the low-voltage components, and like MCB, MCCB. For this one, we are the #1 in whole Asia, #3 in the world. And 16 years ago, we started our business from the power transmission and distribution industry, and also until now, it's our main business in the African market. So we manufacture all of
So Africa is your biggest market?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so until now, we have supplied our equipment and service in more than 30 countries in Africa. So we can manufacture all of the primary equipment and secondary equipment for the substations, and the main components for the transmission lines. So besides of the manufacturing of equipment, we can also supply the turnkey solution. So now in the whole Eastern Africa, and such as the Ethiopia, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, DR Congo, Angola, we have the successful experience for the turnkey solution.
So talk about some of those successes. What do those turnkey solutions look like? What have you done?
We finished some substations, right, like 220 kV, 132 kV, and also some middle voltage one, as well as some transmission lines, 220 kV, 132 kV, okay, like this. And besides the low voltage business unit and the power T&D, we also have a very big business unit for the solar energy. Right. So it's the solution for the generation. Right. So for the generation, we can manufacture all of the components like PV module, inverters, DC cabinet, and the other components. Besides of the manufacture of all of the components, sometimes we will do some investment for the solar farm. So
you're not only manufacturers, but you're also investors into the power market. So yes. You would come to an arrangement with someone who needs a solution, and you say, well, okay, we'll also invest in it. So we will not only supply the components, but we will also be stakeholders in the solution and make sure that it works.
Yeah, correct. And but now in the whole world, we have invested 1.7 gigawatts solar farms. But most of them are located in America, in Asia, in Europe. In Africa now, we just invested 2 in South Africa, not big one, 10 megawatt. Right. Yeah, because but we see that there will be more and more opportunities and more requirements here for the investment of generation. So we are.
So is that something you're looking at pursuing quite aggressively in your strategy?
Yes.
And is that going to be a separate division, or will everything still be wrapped into one business?
Yes.
It'll be a separate division.
No. In our business unit. Okay. Yes. Okay.
And one of the other things I wanted to explore, you touched on it earlier on, solar. There's been a lot of talk about the cost of solar having come down, yes. And it's now reached the sort of grid parity. I think is the words that are being used. But what I wanted to ask you is, do you see that appetite being reflected on the ground? Are more and more people coming to you and say, look, we want to pursue the solar solution, yes, as opposed to diesel or anything else?
Sorry, about your pardon?
So are you seeing more people coming to you asking you about the solar and PV solutions and things like that?
Yeah, and also besides of some industry clients and many power utilities, I think it's very important, because I just went to some Eastern Africa power utilities in the last 2 weeks. So many of them mentioned that there is a big gap for the power in the rural area, and you see the PV system can be delivered very fast and very quickly. So they request a lot. Maybe in the future we can have the opportunity for the off-grid system, that is the PV system, in the rural system.
So you're building those systems as off-grid systems driven by PV and supported by what, diesel, or is it a hybrid system, or is it just PV?
The whole system, the generation from PV system, then we can transmission the electrical to the end user.
Okay, and again, bringing it back a little bit to your time here at AEF, at the conference and so on. What are some of the sort of more interesting conversations that you've had with people that kind of make you have a positive outlook towards the future, not just for your company but for delivering power to Africa?
Yeah.
So what are some of those conversations you've had in terms of the people you've met, or the types of people you've met? Have they been interesting?
Sorry about the pardon about the question.
So you've got a stand downstairs and things like that. You've been having conversations with people. People are looking for solutions.
Yes.
And I just wanted to ask you, is just like, what are some of the sort of more interesting things that you've heard being discussed and so on?
Yes, yes. And I think our biggest advantage is that we have the complete solution for the whole power system. That's what we want to do in the whole African market, and we would like through this forum and find out more and more opportunities what we can do.
Yeah, and has the forum been good for you from that perspective? Have you met interesting people?
Yes, sure. Yeah, we got some like the power utilities or some other contractors. We exchange our opinion about the market, and maybe we will have some opportunity to cooperate together.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And so I think that's a perfect place to end it. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio, and thank you as well for watching. It's been another interview for AEF TV in association with Engerati. Thanks again for watching.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.